Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here, and my voice is back too. How are you? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. My apologies for being offline for a few days, but I think the universe just told me to sit down, shut up, and rest. That's what I had to do. I lost my voice completely. So thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Hey, the windows are open here today, so you're going to hear some road noise at some point. So don't panic, but all the windows are open. It is 90 degrees here in central Canada. Woo! So I'm here with 12 decks to my left, and I'm going to read for all of the signs, one from each of these decks, and this is going to be a reading for this week, for the next 7 days. And then once I do this reading, I will be back later on in the week for all of your signs for the week ahead. So stay tuned, and let's get to it. Let's find out what's going on. Oh, and by the way, if you are interested in a private reading, please know private reading sale is over. The 10% off is over, but I still am offering a 75% off introductory if you're interested in trying a reading that is face-to-face, over the phone, or in text if you'd like to try that. Please look below this video for the pinned comment. It is Hipsy where you want to go. If you do have a username and password for Wizio already, you already have a username and password for Hipsy. And if you'd like to sign up there to take a look at my pricing, you can do that. All are welcome. All right, let's get to this, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter from a fire family. How you doing, Aries? Let's find out what's going on for Aries. Met a brand new Aries this week. I always like to add one to my collection. Always. I love the fire energy. Aries, I've got a lot of your energy in my chart. So Aries follows me everywhere. All right, let's find out what's going on for you, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries, please. Okay, what's this, Aries? We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Why is that here for Aries, please? We do have the Two of Wands. What are you planning here? Planning something here. So we've got some sort of preparations that you're doing here to take action on something. The Seven of Pentacles is about waiting, but it's also about your intentions. It's about your intention to work hard on something or see the value in putting the hard work in on something. It's about throwing seeds of intention, and your intention is to nurture something, to see if it grows. So I feel like you are planning to take action to nurture something here. Maybe it's something new. It could be with the Two of Wands being here. What else do we have here? We have the Two of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. Okay, we'll take these two as well. Might as well take the last one. Let's find out. Look, you're forcing my hand here, literally. Aries, you're a little pushy. That's how you are. All right. Okay, so it looks like there is something that you're planning to grow, or something from a distance. I think for you, Aries, looks like it's worth it. It looks like it's worth putting the hard work into, or maybe someone is also putting hard work in on their side as well. The Two of Swords tells me that for some of you, this could be something that you're apprehensive about a little bit, only because maybe there's been some disappointment in your past, or heartbreak or heartache. This could be about a person, but it also could be about a job. We've got Pentacles here. Possibly, maybe you're throwing yourself back into the pool of trying to find a different job. It could be that. I'm going to say that if that's the case, if you're looking for a job, and I feel like if you already have a job, you still could be looking for a job. And I feel like if that's the case, that I feel like you are hopeful that something's going to turn out well for you. And I think you're right, because the Queen of Pentacles is here. As long as you're willing to put in the hard work, right? The 7 and 1 in the hand of the Queen is 8, and the Queen is a hard worker, right? The Queen of Pentacles, feminine or masculine, is somebody who's a really hard worker. They're somebody who builds themselves, right? So they plant their own garden to invite the butterflies. They don't got to run around chasing the butterflies with the net. They take care of their health. They take care of their finances. They're really good and stable, right? They make their own money. They don't have to rely on anybody else. So I feel like this Seven of Pentacles here is the hard work, or the wait. You're waiting to wondering, is it really, am I ready to put work into this thing that I see from a distance? Looks like it may have value. If it is a person that we're talking about and not a job, excuse me, that there's the Two of Swords here. I feel like you're trying to feel something out. You have a decision to make. We got twos here. Twos are always about decisions. And I think this decision isn't only to take action, but it's also a decision about what's in the mind. And I think what's holding you back with this bit of a block here is the Three of Swords, thinking, well, I've been hurt before. why would this be any different? I feel like this is intrusive thoughts, I want to say, because the 3 and the 2 are here, which is 5 swords. It feels like it's an intrusive thought. I want to say for those of you who are looking at this in terms of maybe getting back out there and finding a new job, maybe you're not exactly happy where you are. It feels like you're at the crossroads here with the 2 of Wands, and you've been planning for a while to do this. I feel like you will find something fairly quicker than you think, and then you're going to be forced to make a decision. And I think that's where this 2 of Swords comes in, because I feel like you think, okay, maybe you have one bad day at work and you're like, well, screw them, I'm just going to go find another job. And all of a sudden this dream job shows up, and now you don't know if you want to leave the place where you've collected all of this seniority, right? It could be the 7 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles. Maybe you've gone from being in this place of the associate into a managerial position. Like it feels as though you didn't expect to get a return as quickly as you did. Whether this is a person, look, it could be somebody you swiped on and you didn't think that they were compatible, but all of a sudden now they're making conversation with you, or you're making conversation with them. So you're wondering though, holding back, wondering, is this really worth it? Because I've been down this road before. That's what it feels like here. Tell me what else is going on for Aries. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Look, I feel like you're feeling a little shut down or shut off. Almost like you're not feeling very vulnerable, I want to say. I feel like it's been a while. If we're talking about a dating thing or getting yourself back into the dating pool, I think it's been a while since you've been there, because the 5 Pentacles is feeling disconnected or having some sort of an impact in your pentacle world that stopped you, shut you off, shut you down. I feel like the Page of Pentacles tells me that you're creaking open the door, maybe sticking your nose out the door, out the window to see if the coast is clear. Maybe you're going to try again. It could be that. But for those of you who I'm talking about work or a job, it does feel like you're going to get an offer way quicker than you think. It does feel like you probably do it on a whim. You're like, I hope this is going to work out for me, right? The star energy is here, hope and healing. I feel like this new job is going to heal your finances. It feels like it's going to be a lot more money than you were making before. So it feels like it shows up quicker, though. It might be at a distance. I'm just going to say, if you're applying for jobs that are at a distance from you, and I don't mean a distance across the world. I mean like they could be 2 hours out of your way, like a 2 or 3 hour traveling time. But it feels like there will be some pentacle stability to be had here. So I feel like it's going to be a decision that you're going to have to make. So we have 8 more pentacles here. We have 8 pentacles here. It really feels like you've been doing a lot of self-mastery, working on the self or trying to figure out what you want in your life. It feels like you've been going over details or being very analytical with your time and your energy, your money. I feel like for those of you who are deciding to jump back in the dating pool, I think you're going to find somebody who you feel like you can build some sort of foundation with. And look, this is Pentacle foundation. This is not love. There are no cups here. This is 3 of Pentacles. This is a partnership. This is cooperation, collaboration. We get along great. We can help each other with some things. We can teach each other some things. So I feel like you will, like I said, get a return quicker than you think. And I feel like you do find somebody who really is rather stable and sturdy here. Got more pentacles. Look at that. You must have a Taurus placement. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn possibly. It's going to put you in a place of having to make some sort of decision. Look, we got 3 2s here. The only 2 we don't have is the 2 of Cups, and that is the love, right? So we have very practical energy for you here today, Aries. We have very practical energy in that you've been planning for a while to make some sort of decision, to take action and leave this place of the crossroads that you've been at for a while. Once you step out, you know you've got to make a decision whether you're going to go this way, that way. I think you've got a lot of thoughts in the mind that are sort of creeping in, like negative thoughts. I don't know if this is going to work for me. I feel like, this whole thing comes at you way quicker than you think because the Chariot is here, whether this is a job or a person, and now you're stuck with some sort of juggling. Maybe it's more than one person or more than one job. It could be that. It feels like it's time for you to... Oh, there's 10 pentacles here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Yeah, there's 10 pentacles here. Look, if it's a job, it pays quite a good wage. If it is a person, this person could be, you could think that maybe they're a potential for a long-term relationship, is what 10 pentacles is. Tell me what the outcome is for Aries, please. We have the 5 of Pentacles. You've got a lot of pentacles here. We've got the 7 of Swords. I think it's the fear of being hurt for you. It's the fear of being hurt or being ghosted or somebody taking off or getting away with something, whether it's a job or a person. It feels like you are very well acquainted with being deceived. Maybe you trust too quickly, too early, possibly, and you've been hurt before through detachment. Somebody detached from you and you weren't ready for them to detach from you, and it left you carrying a heavy burden. I think what you don't want is pressure to have to move quickly, because we got a lot of pentacles here, and pentacles are earth energy, which is really slow moving energy. You don't want to have the pressure of moving really quickly. I don't think there is any pressure of moving quickly here, because the only wands I see are weighing you down, and then I see the Two of Wands, which is your decision making process. So I don't think that I feel like what's weighing really heavy on you is what's in the outcome. I think is the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. You don't want to be ghosted. You don't want to be hurt. You don't want someone to deceive you or cheat on you, or it feels like this is what weighs heavy on you. Tell me what's around the corner for Aries, please. What's around the corner for Aries? We've got the Lovers. We've got the Eight of Swords. And we've got the High Priestess. Here it is. This is the conundrum, right? I feel like you're ready to love, Aries. I feel like you're ready to give someone your attention. You're ready to love. But I feel like there's something specific you're looking for. And specifically, I think you're looking for a connection spiritually, is what it looks like. The High Priestess is the one that stays connected, whether they're verbal or not. This person is very silent, mysterious. It feels like this is the part you don't like, is when silence comes into play. I feel with the Eight of Swords that the Eight of Swords is telling me that you're sort of stuck in a place where you can't make a decision right now. And look, you don't have to. You don't have to make the decision right now, because something is going to be revealed to you here with the moon energy. Something will be revealed to you here, and that's when more communication is going to come in. It feels like you're going to have some sort of a realization or an aha moment. It feels like what will be revealed to you is that this person could actually be a good fit. This job could actually be a really good fit. And maybe all it took was someone pissing you off at work that day for you to go back into the work pool and look for a different job. And then all of a sudden the dream job shows up. So I feel like something is going to be revealed to you in the next 7 days that is going to either make you pursue a relationship or pursue a new job. All right. Let me look at some signs here. Look, we got a lot of pentacles. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is here for sure. We've got Pisces and Cancer. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Cancer, more Gemini. We've got Aquarius. We've got Aries energy here. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo energy as well. Your person, if it is a person, could be any of those signs. All right. Taurus. Let's find out what's going on for the Bull Gang. How are you? I hope you're well. Happy birthday, friends. Happy birthday, May Tauruses. Let's find out what's going on for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let me just get some water for a second here, Taurus. All right. Let's find out what's going on for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. What's coming up in the next 7 days for Taurus, please? Tell me about Taurus. Look, I think Pluto's in retrograde. I think that's supposed to affect the fixed signs for sure. So you might want to go read up on that or see your favorite astrologer to find out exactly what that means for your sign, Taurus, wherever it comes up. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter. We've got the Two of Pentacles, Taurus. So it looks like you've got a busy week that is going to be coming up here. A lot of juggling, possibly. Some decision-making going on here. Feels like you're going to do your best to keep balanced. Excuse me. We've got Three Pentacles here. And so it does feel like you'll probably, for some of you, be busy with friends, be busy with family, possibly, and whoever they are. It's like a community, a cooperative, collaborative community. Maybe it's a network of people. It feels like possibly planting. Look, some of you could be gardeners if you're living in a place where it is turning into late spring and summer right now. It looks like there is the beginning of something really abundant, Taurus. So whether this is a new relationship or just hanging out with friends, it feels like you're about to have a busy week. And it's going to be the beginning of something. It's like you're building on something here. We've got the Death card. Something's changing. Tell me what's changing for Taurus, please. Oh, Three of Cups. So yeah, it's a social week for you, Taurus, is what it looks like here. It looks like it is a social week. We've got the Fourth Pentacle here. I've got the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you might be invited some places here. The Three of Cups is social things. So I feel like you're probably going to be invited. Maybe you already have plans to go to a social thing. It feels like it's whatever this social thing is, it's going to transform your network. Or maybe you'll add people to your network or a person. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here who has a goal. And the goal is to begin something new. Possibly you are in the... maybe you're back in the dating pool. Maybe you're looking for somebody that you can begin something new with here. I think that the Five of Swords is telling me that you've got in your mind, what's weighing heavy on you is that these intrusive thoughts here. And I think the intrusive thoughts are telling you, stay quiet, stay your position, don't do it. Like, I feel like you're arguing with yourself just a little bit. I think that you do want some sort of new beginning, Taurus. It feels like you're ready for something small, a face-to-face meeting, like meeting people in person. That's why I think you're going to be out and be social here, it feels like. Maybe you haven't been social in quite some time. That's why the Knight of Pentacles could be here. But the Death card is here, and I feel like you're going to be making some decisions about social things. I think you're going to be invited places. And it feels like that this might not be a norm for you, that maybe you don't usually accept the invitations, but I feel like you're going to find you're juggling so many that you're going to start saying yes to some, and it's going to cause a social transformation for you here, Taurus. Tell me more about Taurus. Got the Five of Swords has come back out. This tells me of a little bit of social anxiety with the Five of Swords here. The Seven of Swords is here as well. Taurus, I think that you're a person who gets hurt a lot. And I don't think it's just in romantic relationships. I think it's in platonic ones as well. I feel like you're the person who's very loyal. You're all in. When you trust somebody, you trust somebody. And I don't think it always works out the way you want it to. I think sometimes you get deceived. I feel like sometimes people lie to you, or, people end up not being the person that you thought that they were. I think this is the Five of Swords energy and the Seven of Swords combined. It's holding you back a little bit because you just don't want to deal with people's shenanigans, right? You don't want to give anyone a reason to piss you off, because when you're done, right? And so I feel like you're going to take it in perspective here. So I feel like this is going to be a busy week for you. I feel like you will be, and I mean, I'm talking about those of you who are open to it, of course, right? If you're the person who is getting invitations and you're just not open to it, or you're not doing anything to be out there and be seen, I'm probably not going to be talking about you right now. But the Seven of Swords is telling me with the Hanged Man, I feel like you're gaining some sort of perspective, or you're holding back, or you've been holding back from the social situations because you're just not entirely sure if you want to put your hat in the ring again. I feel like you are going to have more social invitations than you know what to do with, or have a lot of options, it feels like here. And I feel like you might hold back on some of those because of old programming, Taurus. It's old programming, friend. If you don't create an expectation of meeting someone who must stay in your life forever, then you're not going to be let down. Stop creating an expectation. We do have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Four of Cups. Taurus, I'm just going to say, look, I feel like with the Five and the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles here, is like the reasons you're holding back is because you do go all in. And I feel like you're wondering, do I really want to put all this work into it and then just have somebody ghost me or break my heart or deceive me or lie to me, or I end up being that it ends up that they are someone that they told me that they were, that they actually weren't. And so I feel like the Five of Pentacles is telling me that you leave yourself out of the game, or you stay at home, or you don't accept the invitations for some of you because you don't know if you want to get back into that again. Having to try and trust people and then end up being heartbroken or sad, right? We got Four Cups and the Page of Cups here. Just meeting new people and then end up being heartbroken because they weren't exactly who you thought they were, or they end up being really flaky. I feel like you are going to be meeting new people. For some of you, it is new romantic interests, possibly. For some of you, maybe the reason you're going to be social is because you're looking for a new romantic interest. We've got 3 and 4 is 7, and we have 1 is 8, 8 cups. You've been very detached, it feels like, from your emotions or from giving people your emotions, because it almost feels like people abuse your emotions. I want to say that you've been feeling disconnected, or that you have disconnected from people who reach out to you. Maybe you give them excuses. No, maybe I'm not. I'm busy, or it feels like that. It feels like you'd rather just be in your comfort zone. I'm going to say, for those of you who are looking for a date, looking to meet somebody new that's a potential love interest, the Page of Cups is here, and it can be that. Some good news is coming, some heartfelt good news, something to do with the heart space here. And then we have the 8 of Cups. So look at that. I called the 8 of Cups and it showed up. So I feel like that's exactly what's going on. I feel like you end up investing all your time and your energy into a friendship or into a group of people, possibly one person romantically, and then they end up detaching, and you end up wandering off to look for the 2 cups again. So I feel like for some of you, it feels like it's not worth it. Others of you, I feel like the 7 Pentacles is telling me I'm ready, that you are ready. I would say you are ready to throw your seeds of intention. You're ready to put in the hard work and be patient and wait for things to grow. I feel like you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. 5, 7, and 1 is 8. 8 Pentacles is about putting the hard work in on something. It's also about self-mastery. So I feel like you've really been working on yourself here. So I feel like that the reason that you've been holding back, is because you always get hurt, and you're tired of it, I think. So I think for some of you, you may not say yes to any of these invitations. You may just stop answering the phone. But I think for some of you, this Hanged Man energy to me is good news, because it's you kind of looking at it with a different perspective. The perspective of, if I don't get attached to it, if I don't try and avoid whatever outcome is going to come, then maybe I'll be able to work my way around it. Just don't get too attached too quick is all. Tell me what the outcome is here for Taurus, please. Got the 9 of Swords in the reverse. It's a good outcome. We've got the 9 of Cups. I think this is the answer to the question I was just talking about, right? Or the last comment that I made was, don't get attached too quickly, right? And I think what this is saying here is stop worrying. Rely on your inner happiness. Right? Stop worrying about it. You have inner happiness, Taurus. The only way that you're going to allow people to hurt you, or you're going to feel hurt by people's actions, is if you have no inner happiness. If you have no ability to be able to be happy within yourself without other people adding to your life, and I'm not telling you to spend the rest of your life alone. I'm telling you that you better get this 9 of Cups stuff ironed out first, because people are going to be people, and they're going to let you down. If you're going to end up mad at everybody who lets you down, well, it's not a good place to be, right? So I feel like you're supposed to stop worrying. As long as you have this 9 of Cups in place, the inner peace that you would have without the external things to make you happy, you can make better decisions when you walk in the 9 of Cups, you're no longer walking into a room going, I wonder if anybody here is going to like me. You actually walk into the rooms saying to yourself, do I even want to be with any of these people? It's a matter of judgment, right? And I feel like you're the hardest judge on yourself. So I feel like as long as you've got this 9 of Cups, which is the inner happiness, the happiness you build on your own by yourself, that the other stuff can't hurt you. Tell me what's around the corner for Taurus. We've got the Magician, the butterflies are here. We've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the High Priestess. Taurus, I feel like you're about to meet somebody who's got a lot of witty banter. It feels like this is somebody who is very quick on the draw, kind of silly. They like to use metaphors and stuff like that to make conversation fun, when you think you could be talking about one thing but you're talking about another. I feel like it's somebody who's like almost magical with their words, somebody who's a real wordsmith, who can keep your brain entertained, as well as keep you entertained energetically, so connected to them energetically. It could be somebody who's an Aries. It doesn't have to be, but we do have the Ace of Wands here. There's a brand new, passionate, exciting new path that's about to open up for you here. And then things are going to start to move forward really quickly towards some sort of a new beginning here with somebody. So I feel like right now you're in this energy of being apprehensive, Taurus, but we do have the Wheel of Fortune. Remember, the Wheel of Fortune's not waiting for you. Somebody is showing up who's going to give you a lot of conversation, a lot of meaningful, mind-stimulating conversation. And I feel like this is going to move forward. I feel like if you end up being something that's more than friends, great. And if you don't, this is going to be a lot of great stimulating conversation with somebody here. And I feel like for some of you, it leads to the Fool. It leads to some sort of a new chapter for you here. Possibly romantically for some of you, because we saw the Page of Cups. All right. We have the Fool. We've got Aries. We've got lots of cups here. So we've got Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. We've got Gemini energy, Aries again. We've got Scorpio, Pisces. Got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Virgo, and Pisces here as well. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo, also Sagittarius. All right. Gemini. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, private reads are open. If you need that information, please go back to the beginning of this video. It is timestamped for you if you need that info. Or look in the pinned comment. Tell me about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's up in the next 7 days for Gemini, please? Gemini. Gemini, we've got the Hierophant. Tell me why the Hierophant is here. Got Temperance in the reverse. We've got the Star. And we've got the Four of Cups. Gemini, I can't help but think that there is something that you're trying to get a commitment about. So it could be getting friends to come to your house. It could be getting someone to commit to you. Maybe it's in a relationship thing. It feels like now's not the time. When Temperance is in the reverse for me, it is a no. And it's connected with the Hierophant. So it does feel like it's some sort of commitment. So some sort of commitment that you're hopeful that someone is going to make, I think is about to reject your idea. So look, it could be a business proposition because the Hierophant is here. And so is the Emperor, right? It could be a business proposition of some sort. It could be a job. You could be rejected, like for after having a few interviews with somebody here. I feel like you're hopeful that it'll work out for you, but I feel like this Four of Cups here is telling me that you thought you had it in the bag, but I don't think that you do. And because the Emperor showed up here, it almost feels like there's somebody here who's making a decision about you, about some sort of commitment. So look, this could be a relationship commitment. Absolutely, it could be. But it also could be making a commitment to a new career, a new path of learning, maybe school didn't accept you. Maybe you got rejected from a college you wanted to go to. Tell me about Hierophant, please. Got the Ace of Wands. It feels like, you know what, I really do believe, and I don't just say it because it rhymes, rejection is protection. I really do feel like, sometimes when we're rejected from something here, Gemini, that we continue down that path, banging against the wall, banging on the door, saying, no, this is the path I want. And I feel like when we get rejected from a path or the universe moves something out of the way, it's only because something else bigger and better is waiting. And so I feel like this commitment that you're being rejected from, or your idea is being rejected. So it even could be that maybe you're a project manager and maybe you put forward an idea. Maybe you're a person who's in marketing and you put forward an idea and it gets rejected. But I feel like it's because you're supposed to do something else or supposed to get on a brand new path, which is going to be really exciting and blessed, because we do have a salamander here, and that's the universe looking out for you. So I feel like it's the universe is offering you something better, bigger and better and more exciting than the thing that you thought you were wanting, which I think you were lowballing yourself. I'm going to say we've got the Queen of Swords here. And we've got the Two of Wands. So it does feel like, for some of you, it could be that you want to go on a trip with somebody and someone declines your offer. This could be someone that you're already connected to in a romantic way. It feels like for some of you, it might be even harsh words that end up happening. And harsh words is relative. And some people who are not used to hearing honesty, who've been fed bullshit by their parents their whole life, don't like the honesty, and they might see somebody who's being honest, like I am with you right now. Someone who's being honest, they could see someone like that as a threat to to their belief system. And I feel like somebody here, I feel like you're being really, really honest with somebody about what the expectation should be going forward into the future. And somebody might just reject that. So you might just have a plan set out, right? This is what I want. This is what I want you. This is what I want for us to happen in the future. And I feel like somebody might be rejecting that, and you might be feeling rejected emotionally, that they're rejecting your plan. I want to say, though, that the star is here and it will be a speed bump for you, because with the temperance in the reverse, it feels like this commitment was never supposed to happen. So maybe you have to cancel a trip. Maybe you made a trip and you thought that this person would say yes, and they're going to just be honest and truthful with you. Queen of Swords energy. It's like somebody is like being really truthful and honest. It's going to hurt, but it's going to affect your future. And I feel like you would have slid into this commitment with this person, no problems, no question asked. And I think that it probably wouldn't end up working out with you later on. All right. So we do have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups and the King of Cups. And it does feel like, you know what, I'm going to say that there was something that you knew that was going on under the surface, but you chose to ignore it. It feels like when you get this rejection, I'm going to say, it's not a surprise to you. Although it's heartbreaking, and maybe not even heartbreaking, maybe just makes you aggravated that you picked the wrong thing. It feels like it's more of an aggravation, but it feels like you really do throw in the towel. You're like, you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore. It feels like that something that you thought was in alignment was actually somebody was sharing with somebody else. And I don't think that you knew that. It feels like it comes as an overwhelming emotion to you because you thought that you had picked the right person. But I think that this person, gratefully and thankfully, they're going to be really honest with you this week. It doesn't have to be a relationship. Please understand that. It could definitely be a proposed idea, a business proposal. It could be, like I said, maybe you're in marketing and you make a proposal and it's rejected. And maybe your friend in the office gets the project. But it feels like the King of Cups here is somebody who's like, fine, if it's not for me, it's not for me. We've got... I feel like, though, it's confusing because you thought you had it in the bag with the Ten of Cups. I feel like I don't think that you read it wrong. I think that somebody here decided that things were moving too quickly. Maybe you haven't been at the company long enough. Maybe they didn't want you to step on toes with the people around you. Maybe it's a relationship that this person feels like it was going too quickly. We do have the Magician here. I think that you were on point with all of your tools. I think that you were ready to give all of yourself, all of your resources, all of your magic. It feels like you were just ready to give all of yourself to somebody here, put all of your work and tireless energy into a project. And I feel like you were ready to do it. Everything was planned, or you were making big plans, and it just ended up not working. And I'm going to say to you, because rejection is protection, it feels like it is something that was not supposed to be in your future. You're supposed to be honest and truthful with yourself, and there was something here that I feel like you weren't being honest about. And maybe you were just ignoring some red flags. I've got a lot of red going on here. He's wearing a red shirt, red here. This person's wearing red. Maybe there's red flags going on that you didn't really see or chose not to. Maybe you romanticized the whole thing. Tell me about the outcome, please, for Gemini. We've got the Hanged Man. Maybe you took somebody's kindness for more than that. It could be. We've got the King of Swords. I think that you thought that you and this person were a great match, that you really understood each other. We've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. That's why I'm saying that. It's like I thought we were on the same page. I thought we really understood each other, that things were clear between us. So it feels like the Ace of Swords between the Queen and the King of Swords is 3 swords, right? It feels like somebody is honest and truthful with you, but it is going to be heartbreaking for you, I think. And I don't say that lightly. I'm sorry if that is happening to you, but I feel that after a perspective, you're going to realize that it was best that this person was actually really brutally honest and truthful with you, because I feel like what's coming in the future is far better than what you would have had here, or the universe wouldn't have removed it from your path. And in fact, the universe here, Temperance as Major Arcana card, was literally up front with you at the beginning of the reading, was saying, no, this is not a commitment. This is not the commitment. Tell me what's around the corner, please, for Gemini. We've got the Queen of Wands, we've got the Page of Pentacles, and we've got the Ten of Cups. And it does feel like maybe you let a few things go. I'm going to say that maybe it's stars in your eyes. Maybe you thought that this was the perfect thing for you, the perfect job, the perfect person. The Queen of Wands is here. We'll overlook a lot of things for a pretty face and a nice body, and someone who does their hair and their nails and wears a great suit or drives a great car. It feels like that there was a little bit of an open door or an opportunity here, that you thought this was your opportunity for the Ten of Cups. But I feel like it was actually an opportunity for you to learn who's not for you, who is for you. And when the universe says no, it really is a truthful no. I feel like you're going to be up in your head a little bit until you're able to release this. I think you're in this energy of, why does this always happen to me? Feels like there is a new door opening here. The Fool is here, and there is new love here. It also could be somebody who's coming from the past for some of you because of the Six of Cups. But it does feel like it feels like this door is closed, I'm going to say. So don't chase after it. Don't bang on the door and ask them to come back. I would say that if they're going to go, let them go. Just make sure you close the door after them so they can't come back. I'm sorry. Sorry that wasn't better news for you, friend. We've got Sagittarius energy here. We've got Aries and Gemini. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. We've got Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got Pisces and Taurus. All right. Cancer. Get a little bit of water so I can keep my voice moving here, Cancer. Cancer, how are you? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer, please. Tell me about Cancer. Cancer, don't forget that private readings are still open. You might want to go back to the beginning of this video. It is time-stamped for you if you're looking for information about what I'm doing with private readings right now. Look in the pinned comment. There is a link to Hipsy. Tell me about Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. Tell me about Cancer. Cancer, we have the Ace of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups. What are you thinking over here? It feels like you are trying to make a decision about something emotional. Something that you've been thinking about for a while. Your heart space. Got 8 cups here. You've been detached from the heart space for a while. Cancer, I feel like you are thinking this week about someone that you have ended a chapter with. A door is closed here is what it feels like. And for a while, I think it did feel like justice. I feel like, look, I don't know who detached from who, but it feels like there is a detachment energy here with the Ace of Cups. And I think that when the detachment happened, whether you were the one that detached and cut them out, or if they were the ones who detached and cut you out, it feels like you felt some relief at some point after that. You were like, at least they're behind the door. At least they won't be coming back for me here. It feels like you're starting to think about them again, though. Yeah, the moon is here. Justice and the moon, and then the Queen of Cups shows up. And it feels like there's still quietness. You're still detached here with the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is here. But it feels like you can't stop feeling them. You thought that once the door was closed, that would be that. But you still feel them with the Queen of Cups and the moon energy. You can't stop thinking about them. You're still feeling them. And I think that you were kind of glad when they closed the door, or it was a bit of a relief when they cut you out. But I feel like your thoughts are wandering back to them lately. Is what it feels like. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. You're thinking about them with the Ace of Swords here. Thinking about making communication, possibly. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Swords. You're spying. Somebody's spying. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's them watching you. These general readings can flip-flop, right? Take it as it resonates for you. And we've got the King of Pentacles. So, for some of you, you could be thinking about a fixed sign. So Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo is what I've got here. It does feel like you've maybe somebody who you've blocked or blocked you. I feel like, I don't know if you got a new ID or they do. Somebody is snooping around quietly. And it does feel like what you see, I really do feel like it's you. I feel like what you see is that somebody's thriving. That since you closed the door, or they did, whoever did, I feel like they are still thriving. And I don't think that you expected that. I think that you thought that they would be heartbroken when you left. And I don't think that they are. Or vice versa. I mean, take it as it resonates for you. But it does feel like I'm reading from the position of Cancer here. Tell me about the King of Pentacles in the world, please. I feel like some time has passed here. Like maybe 8 months. Yeah, it feels like 8 months or a year possibly has passed here. And now you find your mind wandering back to this person. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn possibly. We've got Temperance. I think you've healed since you let them go or they let you go. I think there's been some healing that's taken place here. Got the Ten of Cups. And, you know, maybe at the time when you were into it with this person, just before you let them go or they let you go, maybe you weren't necessarily in the happiest place in your life. The Ten of Cups is here now with Temperance, and it feels to me that the only reason that the Ten of Cups is here is because you've healed to some extent. You're feeling more healed. You're feeling more balanced. You're feeling, better in your skin, I'm going to say. You've grown thicker skin is what I feel like Temperance is, right? Okay. Charlie is showing me somebody who is dropping. What is that? Charlie's my guide, by the way, if you've never been here before. So standing on a tower. Well, I don't know. I don't even know how. Okay, he showed me 11. So maybe 11 feet in the air. Okay, that's a bowling ball is what it is. It's like a big bowling ball. And so somebody's dropping it off this tower and it's falling into a table of glass. And you know what happened is that, the glass is tempered. How brilliant. The glass is tempered. So it caught the ball. The ball never went right through the glass. So I feel like you've grown tougher skin is what it feels like. That you may have been shattered, but you weren't broken. Is what I'm getting from that. And so it feels like you've healed a lot since then, since feeling broken. You're not feeling as broken as you were. You're feeling more stable, more sturdy. Maybe back then your finances weren't great, but the King of Pentacles is here to tell me that I feel like you've been figuring out your finances, or, because the Page of Swords is the one who's doing all the footwork, right? The one who's going to school or learning things, and maybe you've been learning things about how to become financially stable, possibly. We do have the Five of Cups. So, you know what? It feels like a missed opportunity here. So somebody here is feeling like there was a missed opportunity for the Ten of Cups, that it took you some time. It took some time for you to heal. And now that you're healed, it feels like the door is closed and you don't think that there's a way to go back. But it feels like you're feeling regretful about missing out on what could have been the happiest time. But I'm going to tell you that if it's yours, it'll come back around, or you will find a way to find it again, to go back around to it. We do have the Hierophant here. So I feel like you've missed out on a really happy, committed connection. Because you weren't ready when it showed up. Look, I don't think that it has anything to do with anything other than that. It feels like you weren't ready for it. And if it's supposed to be for you, it'll show up again. Or you will find a way to go back around to it. But it feels like at the time when it showed up, you just weren't ready. And whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Six of Swords. And we got the King of Cups. I feel like you just cannot find anybody that matches that person. The Two of Cups and the Six of Swords tells me you keep moving on from relationships. You keep moving on from excuse me. You keep moving on from relationships. You keep moving on from situations that are romantic, because you're looking for big love. You're not looking for Two of Cups. You're looking for King of Cups. You're looking for big love. You're looking for somebody who is compassionate and kind, but also somebody who is emotionally intelligent, somebody who can anticipate your needs, someone who you can anticipate the needs of. It feels like you're looking for really, truly heartfelt, deep connection, and I don't think you're finding it. I think you keep moving on from it, from these people that you keep finding, maybe on dating apps, maybe on a dating site, maybe in social groups. I don't think you're finding anything that matches this Ten of Cups with the Hierophant. We do have the Fool. We have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Four of Swords. So there definitely has been a release of some sort of pressure. And I think for you, it was financial pressure. I also think, Cancer, for you, it was some sort of a mental pressure. It does feel like it was a healing. Excuse me, a healing that definitely took place here. The Four of Swords tells me you've got stability of the mind. You've got the Temperance card here. And it feels like this Ten of Wands is something that was pressuring you. You don't like to feel pressured. Maybe you felt pressured. Maybe you felt pressured to perform and you weren't ready to perform. Maybe you weren't ready for a relationship when this thing showed up. It does feel like for some of you, you've actually took your focus off of love. Excuse me. Took your focus off of love and put your focus into your work, is what it feels like here. You've dived headfirst into your work, into creating a business or getting better cash flow. I feel like you're ready, though, to begin something in the heart space, because the Fool card is here with the Seven of Pentacles or Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups. I feel like you're ready to open a door again. For some of you, it could be with this person. Is it with the person from the past? I feel like you're stuck on them, to be honest. Yep. I feel like you really are stuck on them, Cancer. And the Star is here. I feel like you want to heal it. 3 cards of healing, right? We've got healing here. We've got healing, Temperance, and we've got the Star. So I feel like you really want to heal it. I think that you're going to try it again. I feel like if you do, it could really take off. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse, but you're cynical. I don't think that you think it's going to work because you've been away from this person for such a long time. So I think that you've just really thrown yourself into work at this time. And but in this time, I think you're also more and more beginning to think about this person that is from your recent past. We've got Taurus energy here. We've got Pisces, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got we've got the Star, which is Aquarius. We've got Aries. Excuse me. We've got Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let's take a look at you, Leo. Let's find out what's going on for you, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo, don't forget, private reads are open. If you need that information, go to the beginning of this video. It is time-stamped if you need that info. Look at the pinned comment. There's also some information there. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo for the next 7 days, please. Leo, we've got you in the reverse. What's going on here? We've got Strength card in the reverse. Leo, I feel like you're trying to gather some courage to do something here. That's what it feels like. So Strength for me in the reverse is inner strength. It's like trying to gain the courage to do something here. To release something or to reveal something. To reveal your strength. Tell me about Strength. I've got the Five of Cups. So it's emotional strength. Leo, I feel like you're in this energy of trying to... I'm doing this because it feels like it's coming from the bottom of your gut, is what it feels like. It feels as though there's something that you're looking at here that you feel like you've already lost on. You're looking at the emotional things that you've lost, and I feel like it's rocking your stability or your strength or your courage. I want to say turn around, because what you don't see is that there's 2 cups here. I think you're feeling regret from something emotional in the past, Leo, and that it's impacted your courage. Tell me more about this. Got the 2 of Swords. It's placed a block here somewhere. It's blocking your courage. This regret, this emotional regret that you have from the past is blocking your courage. There is something here that you're feeling sad about. And I feel like you're feeling distance between you and somebody else that you used to have a lot of fun with. 3 of Cups are celebration and happiness. So it feels like these 3 cups have been poured out here. And the thing is, I think that's what you're focused on. You're focused on what you've lost, but I want to say that not all has been lost here because of the 2 cups that are still standing. I just feel like you're mourning something, but there's more to be seen here. I think that your eyes are covered, or that you can't see it. I feel like you need to feel it, and maybe your feelings are blocked. I don't know what's going on here. The King of Swords. So it does feel like you're dealing with a broken heart. It's because of something someone said or someone cut you out of their life. It feels like it really impacted you. And it feels like you're trying to gain some courage to stand up again, or gain some courage, like be more brave with your words. Tell me about strength, please. The Page of Cups is in the reverse. The High Priestess. The 8 of Pentacles is here. 2 of Cups. Did you think that maybe you and someone else were in a mismatch? It could be someone that you worked with. It doesn't have to be someone in the workplace, because the 8 of Pentacles is also can be about somebody who's got their own business. Maybe you do, maybe they do. But it almost feels like you felt that there was a mismatch. That I feel like you were maybe the Page of Cups in the reverse, that maybe you were somebody who is aware of your intuition, but I feel like somebody who hadn't quite stepped into their emotional energy. And so with the Page of Cups in the reverse, it feels like it was maybe you weren't quite as grown emotionally as they were, because we're looking at the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. So it almost feels like you were dealing with a High Priestess who maybe had their own business, and this person is somebody who could read you like a book. I'm going to say they could, because they're psychic, sort of, right? The High Priestess is sometimes, the one who's esoteric, the one who is psychic or empathic, or the person who is really good at finding the information that they need, but it usually comes to them. They usually don't have to go looking for it. It does feel like, it feels like there was a mismatch of energy here. Or maybe you felt there was. Like, I don't know if there really was here, Leo, but maybe you felt like there was. The 2 of Cups is here, though, with the 2 of Pentacles. And now I feel like you've started thinking about someone again, because the 6 of Cups is here. It feels like you have history with somebody here. And it feels like it could have been something that you said that ended it. Or something that you said. Maybe it's in your head, it could be, but it feels like something somebody said ended the situation. So whether you said it or whether they did, it put up a block, and now I feel like it blocks your courage. It feels like you no longer want to feel bad about this, that you're thinking, instead of going back and forth, I just need to make a decision about what I want to do emotionally here, but it feels like you're a little bit detached from your energy here. I feel like the King of Cups is here because I feel like you've grown, I want to say. The Page of Cups, the whole fact that you're kind of looking back on all of this and saying, oh gosh, maybe I should have done something differently. Or maybe, and the thing is we can't feel bad about who we were in the past. Until we realize the space that we're in, we cannot grow from that space. And so I feel like you realized it. And maybe you realized it a while back, maybe a couple months ago, maybe a couple years ago. You realized it a little while ago that you were sort of bumping into things and causing heartbreak and heartache here. Maybe someone was causing it for you. But I ultimately feel that there is a bit of a mismatch of energies here. That possibly you had not yet tapped into your intuition yet. Or you were just beginning to tap into your intuition. But this person was a full-blown High Priestess. So whether they're feminine or masculine, it feels like you ended up dealing with them in Swords. Somebody got their heart broke. And I feel like the High Priestess was willing to put in a lot of hard work here, but I feel like you may have walked away, and now this person is in your past, but I feel like it feels like there was a really great fiery connection. So there's probably a lot of attraction. It feels like this person is probably from your past, or you do have history with them. It feels like you want to know if they want to try again or start again. Or the thing is that concerns me, though, is the Knight of Wands doesn't give a whole lot of stability. So I feel like you go from the Knight of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles, possibly realizing that maybe I didn't give this person reason enough to stay, to want to stay. Give me one more. Yeah, the Sun is here. That's your energy. You've got both your cards here, both your major arcanas. So the Sun is like you're seeing something now for what it is rather than what it was. That maybe it could be you. Maybe you were carrying some red flags that you didn't notice. It feels like that now that the Sun is out, you really see the worth, or that this person was really willing to make a deep investment in you, and that you weren't in the place to do that. Now, it does feel like that with the Page of Cups in the reverse, it does feel like somebody who wasn't listening to their intuition, or somebody who is very young in their emotions. Look, there could have been an age difference here. Maybe it was a large age difference, an age gap. It feels like somebody was well on their way to building some sort of a spiritual business, possibly, and you had not yet tapped into your intuition. But I think that you're there now. And I feel like with the Sun out, now you're realizing, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that thing. Maybe I really hurt that person's feelings. Maybe I shouldn't have been so honest. Look, Leo, you don't sugarcoat anything. You're just going to say it the way it is. You're just going to bring it out into the sun and deal with it. But now I feel like you maybe were the Knight of Wands with this person. But when I see Wands and Pentacles together, it's like maybe it was a friends with benefits thing. Maybe it was a situationship. And I feel like you are realizing now with the Sun out, there's been a breakthrough, that maybe you should have worked on it harder, is what it feels like here. Tell me what the outcome is, please. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you're in a far more stable place now than you were. Maybe you're in a place now where you're ready to invest in somebody, like invest in a relationship, invest in stability. It feels like maybe you want some children, maybe you want to settle down. You're probably taking better care of your health. We've got the Ten of Cups. I think you're ready for love. I think you're ready for a relationship, is what it feels like. And maybe you weren't ready then. And the Page of Wands. I feel like you haven't lost your spark. You still have, I think you still have a lot of attraction for whoever I'm speaking about. They could be a Pisces. They could be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. They could be another Leo, for sure. A Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. So the Ten of Cups tells me that now you see it. Now you see the rainbow in the sky. You could think about this person when you see rainbows. Rainbows come after the rain. Possibly somebody here loves the rain because the earth energy is here. It does feel like, I feel like you've been thinking about reaching out to this person, reaching out to the High Priestess to see if the compatibility between you and them has changed. It feels like you're kind of, excuse me, gaining courage. You're trying to gain the courage. It's like the momentum is building here. Tell me what's around the corner, please, for Leo. We have the Ten of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. But will they take me back, is what it looks like here. The Ten of Swords is like, this has already ended. But now I'm sort of on the edge of, maybe I should have worked a little harder. Maybe we should have worked into this as a partnership. Maybe not as a friends with benefit situation or a situationship. Maybe I could have worked harder on a partnership, making a decision about opening the door just a little bit for this person. But it does feel like you're in the sadness because something here has come to an end, or someone has released you. I feel like you are feeling in the Ace of Cups, and yeah, it looks like you have grown in your emotions. You've become emotionally available. Maybe when you were in this situationship, usually people get into situationships because they're not emotionally available. Y'all, that's all it is. It's like they're not emotionally available, or you're not emotionally available. And so that's why we end up with situationships. That's why people say, let's not put a label on it, because they're not emotionally available. And I feel like you've grown into some sort of an emotional availability. We do have the Six of Cups here. Sorry, not the Six of Cups, the Six of Wands. And then we have the Fool energy. It does feel like you want victory and a new beginning. I think you're going to try again, is what it feels like. It feels like you're making plans here. And you've been making plans for maybe a year. You've been making plans for a while you've been disconnected from this person. You've been making plans, and I feel like this is what's showing up here. The Death card and the Tower. I feel like you're about to have some sort of a really big awakening, because when we pair that with the Sun, you're dropping some burdens, you're dropping the heartache or the heartbreak, and you're going for it, is what it feels like. It does feel like you're going to be reaching out to someone who you just can't get off your mind, someone who you still have this spark with. The only thing that's changed here is you, Leo. I think that you weren't ready before, and I think you're ready now. And it's okay that you weren't ready before. And look, it's best that you knew that you weren't ready before. It's okay to say no if you're not ready. Everybody thinks terrible of the person who says no. But look, if somebody's telling you who they are, believe them when they show you, right? And I think if you weren't ready, you weren't ready. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Got some Aries, Scorpio. We've got Leo, Sagittarius, more Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. More Pisces. You guys are like dreaming about each other, or you feel still connected psychically to this person, probably because they're the High Priestess. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and more Leo. Yeah, I feel like you feel very connected to this person because they are a psychic type person, and you are connected to their energy. All right, Virgo, let's find out what's going on for you in the next 7 days. Sneak peek for this week, Virgo. Virgo, if you're interested in a private read, please scroll back to the beginning of this video. There's a timestamp. There's also a pinned comment below this video if you're interested. Let's find out what's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. The next 7 days, sneak peek for this week. Next 7 days for Virgo. We've got the Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Hermit. We've got the Fool in the distance. So there is some sort of a new chapter that's opening here that's going to give you a lot of options. So after sort of keeping to yourself, I feel like you've healed yourself to a place of stability. It feels like this energy is like you've healed the foundation, or you've healed the higher self. It feels like you've been keeping to yourself, keeping in your own lane. It feels like you are, there we go. You were stuck in a thought pattern. That's what it was. And the universe is finally getting you out. So that's what this Fool is. I feel like the universe is kicking you out of some sort of constraint you had yourself in mentally. And that's why the Queen of Swords shows up, first of all. That makes a little more sense now that I look at the bottom of the deck, because the Queen of Swords is somebody who's liberating themselves. So I feel like you are, because we have Taurus here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here, it feels like you are being liberated from your home, or from your stability, or from this place where you were just keeping to yourself, not doing anything. It feels like you're home, I'm just going to say, because Taurus is here, like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn always wants to stay home. We have the Four of Wands, stability, and then we have you being by yourself. It feels like the universe is liberating you from that. Feels like it's time for you to get out there. Talk to people. See people. Tell me about this Queen of Swords, please. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Tower. Tower came back out. So this Tower is showing up quicker than you think. It's probably in the next 7 days when it comes out in the reading itself. When it's in the deck, it's like could be further to that. So I feel like it feels like you're it feels like the Tower and the Eight of Swords came out together. So it does feel like that's what the Tower is for. The Tower is pulling you out of some place of being by yourself, not talking to people. It's time to get you back on some sort of an exciting path. And I feel like it comes to you as some sort of a realization after spending some time by yourself. And it feels like the hermit energy, spending your time there. I feel like possibly some of you that work at home, maybe you have been doing a lot of work or a lot of overtime. You could be someone who is like, maybe it's tax time for you. Maybe you're an accountant. Maybe you're an actuary, somebody who's dealing in numbers, analytics. It feels like something has kept you home. And I want to say that there is some energy here with the Tower. This shift in the mind, I feel, is taking you out on a new path here. I feel like you've wanted to go out sooner than this, but you've been a little bit worried. I don't know how I'm going to fit myself back into the social world. I think that you've been keeping to yourself for quite some time. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Strength card, and we have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like you want to know what's out there, what's going on out there. You know, it feels like you were at home with the blinds drawn, and you just weren't looking out there. And so it feels like the Three of Wands is telling me that it's time for you to figure out what's going on out there, out in the future here. The Strength card is here, and it does feel like you're not leaving without your protection, I'm going to say. Like, it feels like you're trying to protect yourself. That's why you've been staying home. I feel like you've been trying to protect yourself and stay out of the way from people who are the Knight of Wands. So I feel like you went through a space and time where the people in your life weren't giving you a whole lot of stability. And I feel like you're going to be really brave, and you're going to go out and see people again. You're going to go out into the world, I'm going to say, with the Three of Wands here. We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, so I think that you've been planning to do this for a while, and because you've been making the plan, the Tower shows up. The universe hears you all the time. Your thoughts, what you're thinking, what you say out loud, the words you bounce, and the thoughts you bounce off the universe come back to you. So I feel like you've been telling the universe for a while, well, if I ever feel the need, or if I ever see something that interests me, maybe I'll get out there. So I feel like you'd already started making plans, but you were hesitant, and I feel like you were trying to gain strength or gain courage to get out there. It feels like you're going to be out there sooner than you think. Tell me, what is the outcome here, please? We have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you're getting out amongst people here, making new friends, I feel, solidifying new friendships. We've got the Six of Wands. It's going to be successful. You're going to have a lot of attention. Maybe that's what you don't like, right? You're kind of private there, Virgo, so maybe that's what you're worried about. I feel like, I don't know if I've ever seen a Virgo who wasn't beautiful, so it feels like maybe you get a lot of attention maybe when you go out, so whether you're feminine or masculine. And so I always notice a Virgo because you're very symmetrical. Like, your faces are very symmetrical, high cheekbones, long noses, like you're very symmetrical. And so it's I feel like because you're beautiful, you're probably someone who's quite symmetrical, and you probably get a lot of attention. Maybe that's sort of what makes you a little bit nervous about getting out there. You feel a lot more comfortable being at home, being in your pentacle world, making money, doing a lot of overtime. I think that's your comfort zone. But I feel like the Tower is pulling you out of the comfort zone this week, is what it looks like. And how's that going to happen? How are you going to get pulled out of the comfort zone here? Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Y'all, you can't fight the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Cups. Ooh, and the Fool is here. Look, the universe is pulling out all the big guns for you. So, can't fight the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny is here, and it's pushing you out of the nest here. It's time for you to get out of your nest, meet new people. Time for you to take some sort of a risk. Maybe a risk emotionally, like maybe opening your heart space or being a little bit vulnerable. You don't have to be jumping into love, but I feel like you've been moving really, really slow towards this goal, but I feel like you're now in the place where the Wheel of Fortune is like pulling you forward here. It's nothing you can really avoid, because we have I mean, you can try and avoid it, like go right ahead if you want to. I'm not telling you not to, but it's only going to make you crazy, because this is destiny. And when you start trying to fight destiny, you make a whole other bunch of issues for yourself. So you get to do whatever you want to do, but these these major arcanas, these major ones that have shown up for you here, are indicating that changes are coming. And if you try and fight it, it's going to be super hella uncomfortable. Very confusing time for you. Yeah, Ten of Swords is here and the Magician. So I feel like it's going to be a very uncomfortable time for you. Look, I feel like what you're worried about is all the opportunities, juggling friendships, trying to be social. It can be exhausting, right? It can be exhausting work. I feel like your mind is gonna shift though, because the Queen of Swords is here with the Tower. I feel like you're gonna have a mind shift. I don't think it's gonna be as hard as you think it will be. We have Aries and Gemini. We have Leo, Virgo, more Virgo. We've got Sagittarius, got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. We've also got Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. All right. Speaking of Libra, get a little bit of water. Libra, how you doing? I hope you're well. All right. Tell me about Libra. Libra, if you're interested in a private read, please go to the beginning of this reel. All the details are there. I have time-stamped it. Let's find out what's going on. Oh, there's also a pinned comment below this video if you're interested in a private read. Let's find out what's going on for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. What do we have for Libra, please, in the next 7 days? Sneak peek for this week for Libra. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You know what it feels like? I felt as soon as I put this down, excuse me, as soon as I put this down here, I almost felt like you would rather just stay in your own lane. She's got her head down and she's working, right? So I feel like she's not paying any attention to the Six Pentacles that are on the wall. The Six Pentacles is reciprocal energy. There is one pentacle on the ground, which is the 7th, and she's very focused on the building of the 8th. And so it feels like with the 9 of Swords here that you have been avoiding. Yeah, it does feel like a little bit of avoidance, that you're using work to avoid things is what it looks like here. You're finding things to, excuse me, you're finding things to keep yourself occupied, but you're just keeping your head down here. I feel like this work that you do, whatever it is that you do for work, helps put you into a meditation, and that's a place where you don't have to worry about anything, because I feel like there's something here that's been worrying you. It could be money. It feels like it could for some of you be pressures about work. We can easily allow ourselves to be pushed into a state by our employer where we take on their scarcity. So maybe they have something that they have to meet, a deadline that they have to meet by the end of the month. And the only way that they can meet the deadline is by pushing you to do a lot of overtime. It feels like that sort of energy, but it almost like easily you fall into it, because when you're working, you don't have to think about anything else, all the worries that you're carrying. And some of them could be financial worries. So, it's easy to get into a lot of scarcity working for an employer who just has no boundaries when it comes to your health, your mental health. They'll just use you up and throw you away. And it feels like you're feeling some sort of pressure, mental pressure, about social things anyway. So maybe you're just going along with the plan, like working too much. This can especially happen if you work from home. But we do have the Tower here. The Tower always comes for mercy. I always tell you guys that, right? It's a bit of a shit show when it shows up, because things shift on the moment. And if you're a person who doesn't like to be off balance, like Libra, then this is not going to be happy energy for you. But it's up against the 10 of Wands. So it comes for a purpose. And that's to get you out of this place where it's like a toxic cycle that you're in here. It's like the more I worry, the more I work. The more I work, the more I feel burdened down by my worries. You see what I mean? It's like this toxic cycle you've created here. And then the universe throws you a bone here, throws you the Tower and says, you can't do this anymore. We have to shift you out of this energy. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles, please. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Empress. We've got the King of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Swords being in the reverse. It feels like you don't really want to talk to people. It feels like you're not feeling social, and that's the truth. It feels like you're not feeling social. I feel as though you're making a lot of money. I'm going to say right now that you're working a lot and you're making a lot of money, Libra, is what it feels like. It's giving you stability, but you're not talking to anyone. You're not really like you're stable like the Empress. You have a lot of abundance like the Empress, financial independence like the Empress, but I feel like you're lacking in your social skills is what it feels like here. Lacking in the social skills, and I think that's why the Tower is showing up, trying to teach you that the Empress is balance in all things, including the Queen of Swords, who is Libra, talking to people, finding balance in liberating yourself while still having balance at work. I think you're off kilter here, like it feels like you're lopsided. You're not necessarily in balance. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's detachment that the universe is trying to break you out of here. We've got the Magician. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. I really do think that you've been hoping for a way out, but you just don't know how to do it. It feels like with the Five of Pentacles here, that you've been disconnected from people, and you use work to disconnect from people. The Magician is here, which tells me like you are very skilled at whatever it is that you do, but it feels like it helps you, and I say helps you, to hold back from having to make any other decisions. That is the way you're staying in balance. So it feels like if I just keep making money and I just keep doing what I'm doing, then I don't have to make decisions because decisions throw me off balance. The Knight of Swords being in the reverse tells me you're not really having conversation with anyone outside of work. So it might just be you're talking to, work people that are your bosses, people that you work with. There's a lot of pentacles around here. It feels like you're coming to a realization. It's like you had your head down working for so long. All of a sudden you put your head up and you're like, whoa. I suppose it's been been quite a while since I actually went out and was social with people. It's time for you to get out here. So the Chariot tells me that there is balance that's needed here. There's no way you can stay in the Chariot if you're not balanced. You've got the White Horse and the Dark Horse, and that's the feminine and masculine energy, and it feels like you're off balance. It feels like the universe throws you this Tower to get you back in balance. Six of Wands, yeah, Ace of Swords, yeah, the Sun. It's to give you a realization that it's time I got out there and talked to people. It's the only way that I'm going to really get victory here. But I feel like it's a hard sell. Two swords, right? The one in the hand of the Chariot and the Ace of Swords. It's a hard sell for you. I don't think that you want to do it. One Ace and the Nine of Swords is 10, but you've got to release these burdens here. And they might be financial burdens, but I feel like the reason that you work is because you have other burdens that are making you, you're feeling the pressure of something here. And the universe came to bail you out. Tell me what the outcome is, please. We've got the Eight of Swords. Got the Five of Cups in the reverse. And we've got the Page of Wands. I feel like you're going to get some communication. Ultimately, I think that's what pulls you out of this place of being stuck, I want to say. The Five of Cups in the reverse is kind of good news because it's like, I need to stop feeling regretful and sad about things that went on in the past. I think that's where you're stuck in the mind. That might be why you work too much. Somebody is a workaholic here or overworks when they don't want to have to think about finding resolutions for things that have hurt their feelings. It feels like this Page of Wands tells me you're going to get some communication. Look, we do have the Emperor and the Empress here. Whether you are the Emperor or the Empress, it feels like you're a person who's probably a business owner, somebody who uses the excuse of work. Look, I've done it myself. No, I can't go. I'm busy, right? I'm busy working. And, I don't do it often, but sometimes instead of giving the straight up answer, because I know it's going to hurt somebody's feelings, I'll just be like, I got to work. And so I feel like this is the energy that I'm getting here. It feels like there is somebody who's in the future here who is waiting for you. So if you've been planning on trying to meet somebody, then it's time for you to get out and meet somebody. I feel like there is a new connection coming in here for you. So for those of you who have been sad that you're not in a connection, I feel like you're going to meet somebody. The Emperor and the Empress being here tells me it's somebody who's also like you, somebody who maybe overworks to ignore things. It feels like somebody who's very successful, very stable in their finances, somebody who I feel is likes to travel possibly, but makes enough money to travel. We have the Devil energy here. It does feel like you're stuck in some sort of a toxic loop, as I was saying here, this toxic loop, and that's why the Tower is here to get you out. What's around the corner for Libra, please? We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Four of Cups. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune just showed up, and then look at that, the Fool as well. So I feel like you're going to be ushered out of this place, this loop that you've been in. And I feel like you are going to find a spark with either an Emperor or an Empress. And we do have the Wheel of Fortune here, which tells me that destiny is here and things are about to change and move forward really quickly. The thing is that the Queen of Pentacles is here with the King of Pentacles. So it might be a business offer for some of you. It might be getting into business. It might be going into the office, you meet somebody. You might be getting a new person in your business, a new person that at the workplace. It might be somebody that you meet there. It could be somebody who is a new business partner. I'm talking that maybe it's not love for some of you. Maybe it's a new business partner. You got to get out and there's a shakeup at work. You got to go out and you got to go actually into the office. But it does feel like you are going to bump into somebody who is going to really spark your intellectual side. Somebody who you're going to have a breakthrough about. And it feels like it's a very warm, pointed, intelligent kind of conversation. What's in the future is the Ace of Pentacles. So you never know when you end up investing in something way into the future. But it looks like things are about to change here. So Libra, you're probably not going to be happy with the change, but it's necessary because I think that you were spending way too much time hermiting, too much time by yourself. Got Leo, we've got Cancer, Aries and Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more Scorpio. There's an Aries, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and Libra. Lots of Taurus. And Gemini. Yeah, Libra, Gemini. All right. Let's find out what's going on for you, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Excuse me. Scorpio. Let's find out what's going on for you in the next 7 days. A sneak peek for this week. Scorpio, if you want to know what's going on with private reads, they are open and available. There's a pinned comment down below this video. There's also a time-stamped comment at the beginning of this video. Tell me about Scorpio. What's going on in the next 7 days? Scorpio for this week, please. We've got the Four of Wands. I think this week brings for you something that has to do in and around your home. There might be an influx of money, or you possibly are spending money on doing maybe renovations. It feels like investment in a home. So for some of you, that could mean buying a home, getting approved for the mortgage. The Ace of Pentacles is here with the Four of Wands. Investment in the four walls in the home. The door is opening here. Exciting, fun. You could be investing in some sort of soulmate energy here. We do have the High Priestess. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're getting some sort of information here. So I want to say that if you have applied for a mortgage or you're waiting for someone to tell you, yes, you can come sign the lease, or it feels like for some of you, it also could be an investment in the home, which means that you might get the line of credit so you can build, the next wing or the part of the house or the pool or whatever it is that you want to do. And I think that you knew that it was going to happen. I feel like you go from this place of where it was really very, unfortunately, very, very quiet to a place where it gets a little bit chaotic. The Knight of Swords shows up in the High Priestess energy. And so I feel like you kind of knew this was showing up here. For some of you, it could show up around the full moon. The full moon's on the 12th, I think, of May. It's full moon in Scorpio. It's going to change a few things. We do have the Six of Pentacles. Somebody is showing up with balance here. They're showing up with the even scales here. It's almost like someone's going to give you the loan, possibly. Telling you, yep, things check out. Things check out. Here's the key to the house. That's what it looks like here. Tell me about the Four of Wands. We've got the Five of Wands. We've got the King of Wands. Ooh, lots of fire, lots of excitement and fun and celebration is what it looks like here. And 3 more wands. So we have the 8 wands, right? So we have the 5 of wands, first of all, which is sort of indecision, holding back, feeling like there's too much competition. I'm going back to buying of the house, possibly. There's too much competition, but it's being given to the King of Wands. So you could be somebody who has fire in the chart. You don't have to. It could be given to you by the King of Wands. The 3 of Wands is here. I feel like the King of Wands is going to get their future. Whatever it is that you've wanted for the future, I feel is coming at you, and it's coming at you quickly with this Knight of Swords energy here. So whatever you have been wishing upon, whatever you thought in your intuitive energy that was going to work out for you, whether this is a loan or a line of credit or buying a house or whatever it is, it's going to make you very happy for sure. After a time of stall, competition, it feels like the future is showing up here. We've got the 7 of Cups. There was a lot of competition here. Ooh, very interesting. I never like when I see the Magician and the Devil show up together. It tells me someone was being a little bit underhanded. It feels like that's the reason that you get what you want, because there was something going on in your intuition here, Scorpio, that told you that something underhanded was going on. It's like maybe it looked one way on the surface and you're like, no, that's not what's going on. Something different is going on here. And it became confusing. Like it feels like there was a lot of competition, opportunity, and it feels like it was all over possibly the home or the property or the money or the line of credit, or it feels like it was something like that. And in your gut, you're like, no, that's not the way it's going down. There's manipulation going on here. I feel like you just decided to hold your place, hold back, and wait for something to come forward. And I think you're right, because the Knight of Swords is coming forward with some sort of information here. The Queen of Swords is coming in to clear shit up. That's what it is. So yeah, it does feel like this Queen of Swords here is somebody who is coming in to give the official answer. Somebody who's like, this is what's going on. It feels like this person's clearing up all of this. It feels like a mud puddle to me. Like it feels like when you dive into a lake and you kick up the sand, like you can't really see anything under the water. It's clear when you're going in, but when you kick up the sand, it's like somebody had kicked up the sand. And it feels like the Queen of Swords comes in to give you some clarity on the situation. Tell me what the outcome is, please, for Scorpio. Clarity, an aha moment, a realization, a moment of clarity here. The Ace of Swords, a conversation. The 8 of Wands to tell you it's go time. To tell you you've been approved, you're ready to go. It feels like something here is going to be said in your favor, and it's going to cause things to move really quickly from here after you make a decision to do so. So it's going to come to you. It's like it was going to be given to someone else, and then nope, somebody figures it out, and then they come to you and they say, do you want it? Because it didn't work out. Either they couldn't pay up, or they made it look like they had the money and they didn't. Like it feels like they weren't as trustworthy as you, possibly, but it works out in your favor here. The Judgment card is here. So I feel like you can put to rest whatever it was that was bothering you, and it's time. This is going to take you on a really different trajectory in your life, though. This house could be something, or this home could be something that is out of town, across the world, like across the state, across the country, across the province. We've got the Hanged Man energy. This Queen of Swords is coming in to give you perspective you didn't have before, and to tell you that it's time to get in your vehicle and go. We've got the Death card in the reverse. It feels like it's not a done deal. I want to say with Death in the reverse, it tells me somebody's avoiding making the changes. I think that they're coming to you and asking you if you want it, whatever the thing is. Could be a job, could be a house, whatever it is. They're coming to you and asking you if you still want it, because they probably already came to you and said, sorry, we gave it to someone else. And you're like, that doesn't make sense to me. And then all of a sudden this person comes to clear it up. They didn't pick the other person. They looked into the other person, and the other person was hiding some shady shit underneath the surface. And so I feel like this Death card in the reverse is telling me that transformation hasn't yet come, but I feel like it will. 10 of Cups, the Hermit, 10 of Coins. Yeah, it does feel like it has something to do with longevity, where we're going to live for a long time. We're going to build a house, where it feels like something like that is what it feels like here, Scorpio. You might get that news around the 12th of May. For some of you, you could get it this week, but it is a full moon in Scorpio. So we do have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We have Capricorn. We have Gemini and Aries. Scorpio is here, more Scorpio. We've got Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, more Pisces. We've got Virgo and Pisces. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. All right. All right. Sagittarius. I'm just going to get some water. See if I can't make my throat work for the rest of this reading. All right, let's look at my fire family. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Sagittarius. Sorry I missed your readings over the weekend, y'all. Finally got my voice back. Still feeling a little exhausted, though. If you're interested in a private read, please roll back to the beginning of the time-stamped thing at the beginning of this reel if you're interested in knowing what to do with that. You can look in the pinned comment as well for more information. Tell me about Sagittarius, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sneak peek for this week. Next 7 days, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. You know what? I think you're learning about something this week that seems unfair. It feels unfair. Let's keep moving here. Either it feels unfair or you know somebody's lying to you. And you have a good bullshit meter, Sagittarius. Kind of psychic that way. Tell me more. We've got the Magician. Don't believe what you hear is what I'm supposed to tell you. Don't believe what you hear. When the Magician shows up with the King of Swords in the reverse, it feels like someone isn't exactly telling the truth. I don't want to call him a liar because I don't think it's a liar. It almost feels like it's somebody who's keeping something to themselves and you know otherwise. It's like somebody has not told you about their feelings and you know they have feelings. Or, you know what, it feels like something like that. We've got Temperance energy, and we've got the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, something is about to be healed here. Sagittarius, it feels like there could be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini who is hiding something from you or not being truthful. I don't think that... Now look, the fact that they're not telling the truth, maybe you could call them a liar, but I feel like that's kind of harsh. I feel like it was a manipulation of the truth, and I know that those are two of the same things, but I feel like you already figured it out. But you understand that it feels like somebody has told you already, no, we can only be friends, or I don't have those kind of feelings, or something like that, but I feel like it was lip service. I feel like somebody is on some other path that they've already begun to create with the Seven of Pentacles. They've already begun to nurture that path. And the reason that they told you that they didn't have feelings for you is because this person here will never, ever abandon the path they've already created, regardless of if it's going to run them into the wall or not. This is a fixed sign, and they're not going to stop. They're just going to keep going in the way that they've planned to go, even if they know it's going to fall off, even if it's not going to work out. So the Temperance card is here. I feel this is forgiveness to me. It feels like a forgiveness of this person. It's like you are sort of in this energy of, I can read them like an open book, is what it feels like. I know it. I can read them like an open book. But if that's what they're going with, there's nothing that I can do to stop them. And I'm just going to heal it, let it go. Just going to let it go. I'm going to multiply my healing. I'm just going to let it go. I think that's a great plan. Because I feel like there is somebody here who is not going to admit it. It feels like they're not going to admit it. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles, please. We've got the Queen of Cups. Grab that card. Oh. Got the Eight of Wands in the reverse. And we've got the Seven of Cups. Yep. That's what it feels like. You know what I think is freaking them out, Sag? Is you just love so deeply. You have shown this person how deep you truly are. You've given them compassionate kindness. You've shown them unconditional love. This person, I feel, is someone who's still working on themselves. Look, this doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be a child, an adult child. It could be a family member, a friend. It feels like you will always give this person your compassion and your kindness and your unconditional love. Things are stuck. I'm just going to say things are stuck. The Eight of Wands is in the reverse. Things are not moving anywhere. And the Seven of Cups is here. It's all very confusing. Because I feel like with Temperance here, this is your energy, Sag, you already know what's going on. The universe has already confirmed that this person here has feelings, and you know that they do if this is a romantic thing for you. You know that because you're showing up with a cup. And because you thought that that's what they were mirroring to you, you showed up with a cup. It does feel like that you're like, no, I'm going over the details, but I'm sure I didn't make a mistake. I feel like you didn't make a mistake. I feel like this person is manipulating the situation because they've already made a plan that they feel like they cannot go back on. We have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Hanged Man. And so I feel like going into the future here, Sag, I think that you've realized that your Ten of Pentacles has nothing to do with the King of Swords. It has nothing to do with the King of Swords. Your Ten of Pentacles is your Ten of Pentacles. It's the perspective you've come up to. That this, I feel like this Nine of Pentacles runs into the Ten of Pentacles because it is this energy of I've built myself up to here. You see that we have such good progress here. 8, 9, 10. We have progress here from way back there when I began to work on myself and maybe didn't believe in myself a whole lot. But it does feel like that there is somebody here who has moved from the Eight of Pentacles, which is working on myself, to the Nine of Pentacles, which is the glow up, the pre-empress energy, feminine or masculine, and then to the 10 Pentacles. And I think that after some healing, you've realized that the 10 Pentacles never did and will never be awarded to you by anyone, especially not someone who can't reveal their feelings to you. Now we have the King of Cups in the bottom of the deck. King of Cups and the Empress, in fact. And the Wheel of Fortune is here as well. So it does feel like there is something else coming. And I want to say that that's the only reason that the universe will redirect you, right? This is what it is, redirection. Something has to change. It's like you go from being in your pre-Empress energy to being in the Empress energy. And when you do, I feel like you end up meeting a soulmate, is what it feels like here. But I feel like I'm supposed to tell you that your 10 of Pentacles, your longevity, your ability to be happy, your ability to look good, be abundant, it never did have anything to do with whatever this King of Swords wasn't able to admit to you. I feel like you're coming to that perspective after the mind heals, because the Four of Swords is here. Tell me what the outcome is, please. We do have the Strength card. We have the King of Coins. And we have the Five of Cups. And so I feel like, Sag, you understand that. I feel like you already know, because you've been through the 8 Pentacles, which is the self-mastery part of it, becoming the subject matter expert on yourself, working on yourself. I feel like you know that your strength is in your stability. And so the Five of Cups, it's not like you have to like it. This person isn't at this time, it may not be forever, but at this time is not willing to admit that the Magician and the King of Swords in the reverse tells me someone has been lying to you. Or when you maybe question them on their feelings, they said they didn't have feelings, and you are like, but that doesn't check out. I'm looking in the book here, it doesn't check out. And the Five of Cups here, it does make you feel a little heartbroken, but I feel like you're going to keep your stability. The King of Coins is pretty confident in what they've built. And they know that what they've built by themselves does not balance on the head of a pin, right? The King of Pentacles has made themselves abundant and stable and sturdy. And whether or not someone could admit their feelings to you or not has nothing to do with how you're going to leave your legacy. So let this person be doing whatever they're going to be doing. I'm just saying, because there's something better coming down the line for you. Tell me what's around the corner, please, for Sag. We've got the King of Wands. We've got the Tower. And we got the Knight of Cups. Well, look at that. Whew. Well, we've seen all 4 kings, because we had the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. King of Swords, King of Wands, King of Coins. I feel like this person had a lot of growing up to do. And I feel like the Tower is making them realize they are the King of Wands. I feel like they realize they're very attracted to you. They realize that they have feelings for you with the Knight of Cups. One more card. Somebody's having a realization that they've got to say something. Say something. I'm giving up on you. I think you're giving up on the situation here. Oh boy. Sag, I think somebody's changing their mind about you. I think that's what it is. They're changing their mind. They're having some sort of major revelation of the mind. Like this person has been trying to fight their feelings or trying to fight the situation, and now they can't anymore, because you can't fight the Wheel of Fortune. You cannot. They've been feeling uncomfortable as hell in their body for a long while. Yeah. And so I feel like it's been a long while, and it feels like somebody here is about to admit that they've let go. They had to let go of their plans or let go of something else. And it's making them feel terrible that they had to let it go, but they know that their hope is with you. The Sun is here, another breakthrough card, right? That they've realized that they have been putting up too many boundaries with you, and you're the only one who meant well for them. Boy. All right, Sag. Guys, your readings always take a turn. I've learned to never really believe the cards as I throw them at the very beginning, because everything always takes a turn for you. We've got your energy, Sagittarius. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got Sagittarius. We've got Pisces energy. More Sagittarius. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. More Sagittarius. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo. This person's very attracted to you. and Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. All right, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Capricorn, if you are interested in a private read, please roll back to the beginning of this video, look at the timestamp, or look in the pinned comment if you're interested in a private read. Well, we talk about Capricorn, and Capricorn arrives. We do have the Queen of Pentacles, feminine or masculine, that is your energy. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got the Emperor. Ooh. The official word is about to arrive for you, Capricorn. The official word is what it feels like. And then we've got the Queen of Wands. There is some sort of a big, bold, kind of energetic word that is showing up. It's like somebody has made a decision. The Emperor is a person of influence, right? Like the bank manager or the person who is the business owner, like maybe they own the business you work in. It feels like this person is making a bold move, and you're probably going to hear about that this week. It has something to do that is going to involve your livelihood or your job or your home, what you get paid. It feels like somebody's going in a different direction, and it feels like they're throwing seeds of intention. So they're taking a chance, saying, maybe we need to open up a new division. And maybe it is Capricorn that we need to head up that division. It feels like they see you as the subject matter expert. 7 and 1 is 8. 8 Pentacles is about putting the hard work in on something or working on the self. They see you as the person who is the subject matter expert, the one that everybody has respect for. Your stability, they have respect for your stability. It feels like this Emperor is making a really big decision that concerns you. What's this decision? Let's look down here first. What is the decision that the Emperor is making? Wow. It's about something big that has to do with work, money, job, financial things. Yep, there it is, the Ace of Swords. Wow, wow. Something big is coming up for you, Capricorn. So I don't know if you're looking for a job. If you already have a job, this is somebody who is taking a completely different turn in your workplace. So they're opening up sort of like a new division, or instead of putting you in a position that was already created, they're creating a new position for you. They're going in a different direction. It feels like this person of influence is moving in a different direction, and they see you as the one that can lead them into 2026 and beyond. So the Queen of Swords is here. Somebody here is making a decision, calling you in. So don't be surprised if you're called into the office because a decision is about to be made. Someone else in your workplace is not going to be happy with you. I'm just saying. I've got 3 swords here. And it's going to come quick, swift, I'm going to say. And this person is just going to blurt it out. Look, you're the person for the job, and I know that so-and-so, that we had thought so-and-so would be the best person for it. And look, so-and-so could be your best buddy at work. Like, I feel like somebody is going to be unhappy with your happiness. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles, please. We've got the King of Swords. I do see that person as the higher fire person. And then we have the Page of Cups. It is something new. And the Hanged Man. You're going to take it away and think about it, because you know what? I feel like it's huge. It feels like it's really big. Oh, and then all the worries start showing up. It's going to be something you love. It's because it involves travel. You're going to have to, it's like they're opening up a new division across the country from where you are. You're in LA and they're in New York. It feels like it's or you're in the US and it's in Australia or New Zealand. Like, it feels like it's a new division and you're going to have to travel. But it's like, oh, it's an offer you can't refuse. You're going to love it. Like, deeply love it. It's going to make you incredibly happy. And it's going to give you a lot of balance, and it's going to be a major change. Oh my gosh. But look, I feel like you've been sticking out as a candidate for them for a long time. Everybody's been watching you. But these people here, I feel like they are your workmates, and they are going to be some pissed. Some of them are just going to see you as taking food right out of their mouths, is what it feels like here. This something here is going to be working out incredibly well for you. I feel like you have to take it away and think about it though, because it is a brand new opportunity, and it's a surprising one that is going to be laid out for you completely, honestly, truthfully. Like when this emperor speaks, they're going to speak as the King of Swords. Look, so-and-so's not going to like this, but I'm going to be pulling you out. We're going to be opening a whole new division. I need you to go look at the blueprints. We're going to be building your office in the corner in the west looking over the ocean. You need to go approve your plans. Like, it feels huge. Like, it feels really big for somebody here. Tell me more about this. And this person's going to say it unapologetically. They already think that you're a yes. So they're just going to say, look, Tuesday you got to be on a flight. You got to be on a flight to New York. You got to go and approve the plans for the building. Like, it feels like they just assume that you're going to say yes. We've got the Knight of Wands. So it's something that you've got to do that's going to be bold and brave. We've got the Two of Pentacles. And we've got the Six of Cups in the reverse. Ooh. For some of you, the question is going to be, my family, the children and the grandkids. Do I leave them here and go? It feels like there's a decision to be made here, and it puts everything up in the air. It feels like you're juggling a lot of things. Six of Cups in the reverse is like being stuck in nostalgia. It's like, but what is the family going to say? I don't know if the family's going to want me to go. Something's got to end, though, in order for something else to begin. So I feel like you have a huge decision coming up. And for some of you, look, this could be work related. This could be money related. This could be anything related. Maybe so-and-so passed away across the country and left you the house. And that means you will never pay the mortgage again. And it's a 5-bedroom house, and all it needs is to be renovated, and they left you money to do that too. Like, it feels like it's something that it looks so good that you can't deny it. But it's going to be a hard ending, very hard. We've got the High Priestess, we've got the World card, and we've got the Queen of Cups. You know what? I think that the hardest person to talk to is going to be your mom. That's what it feels like. It's not necessarily going to be the kids or the grandkids. I think it's going to be your mom. And for some of you, if you don't have a mom, then this is going to be the next closest person to you who is maybe your mima or maybe your grandmother. It feels like it's somebody who's in your life that you have a very deep spiritual connection to. And that in order for you to take on this new, incredibly exciting, bold, brave new world, that you're going to have to close the door on whatever it is that you've got going on right now. You're seeing all the things that could go wrong with this. What's coming up around the corner, please, for Capricorn? Got the Temperance card. We've got the Four of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Cups. Some of you are going to say no after thinking on it. Some of you are going to say no because your heart is where your heart is. And some of you are going to go. The Justice is in the move. It looks like you need to get all the details. Get all the details, because there's one sword in the hand of Justice, and then we have 6, so that's 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to release something in order to go. 11. Yeah, you have to release something in order to go. So I feel like, it feels like for some of you, the answer is going to be not right now, because you have to leave the family or leave your mom or leave whoever is the deepest soul connection to you. You're going to have to leave them behind for a while. And I feel like it's going to be a no. But for others of you, you're like, I'm in. Put me in. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. The Magician is here. Yeah, and it's going to pay you gobs and gobs of money. That's what it looks like. It's going to be a hard decision, though. It's going to leave you blocked for a little bit. All right. Got Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Got Scorpio energy. Got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Got Sagittarius energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, more Aries, Pisces, and Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. All right. Almost there. Here we go. Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius, please. Tell me about Aquarius. Aquarius, if you're interested in a private read, please roll back to the beginning of this video. It is time-stamped. If you're interested in knowing how the private reads work, please look in the pinned comment. There's more information down there. If you're interested, tell me about Aquarius. It's coming up in the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. We've got a surprise. What is this? Page of Cups. Oh. Okay, so Charlie just said a surprise turn of events is what it is here. Surprise turn of events. It's an emotional transformation. Somebody's intuition just got broke open or kicked in here. Tell me more about this. The Five of Cups. And the Knight. Got the Seven of Pentacles. That has been showing up a lot today in the readings. The Fool. The Sun. What's going on here, Aquarius? Come on now. You've done like an about face. What's going on here? Okay. So we've got the Page. The Page is a surprise. It's a surprise. It's the beginning of something, right? It's good news, right? This is good news. And it feels like there is some sort of change or transformation that's taken place in you, within you. And I feel like it's taken place within you because I feel like you've got feelings for somebody. It's what it feels like. It's like you've made a plan. You casted your seeds of intention. You already know what your intention is. You started planting the seeds in the way that you wanted to go. And then it feels like you stopped or transformation showed up. It's like the universe said, no, that's not the way you're supposed to be going. And it's like, I'm going to say that if you've made plans to do something, travel or go someplace with someone, it feels like it might be travel. It feels like it's whatever plans you've made. I don't care what it is. Whatever the plans it is that you already had in place, I feel like the universe is like, nope, putting all sorts of roadblocks in the middle of you and your destination is what it feels like. Whatever your destination might be. It might be something that was in the mind. It might be something that you're traveling to physically. But it does feel like there's 6 cups here. 1 is 7. It feels like you're now confused or overwhelmed or you're not really sure. It does feel like with the Knight of Cups here that there is some sort of romantic feelings. And the 5 of Cups is sadness and regret. If I don't do it now, I may just miss out on something that's really important. Tell me about the Page of Cups. Tell me about the Page of Cups. I've got the Ace of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. I feel like you had a plan. You did more research. There's 10 swords here, and one of the swords is with the with the Page of Swords. The Nine of Swords is here. You did more research and you decided to release and go on a different path. Or maybe that's not this week for some of you. Maybe you're going to have this realization of something you've got to release. But it feels like it comes to a dead stop at some point. For some of you, it's this week, and it pisses you off. Like, it makes you sad. It gives you regret. Like, it feels like it's something you didn't expect to happen because it surprises you. I feel like this person is holding their heart space. It feels like you are doing a double take with somebody here. That somebody that maybe you were detached from, or someone, it's like, I can't settle. I can't just keep settling, is what it feels like. The Seven of Wands is here with one wand to the left here, which is the 8th wand. It feels like you had a path which you were excited about, that you were ready to go on, and then it feels like with this 7 of Wands here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is indecision. And then the 2 swords being at the crossroads. It feels like somebody here is rethinking the path. Tell me what else I need to know. What is this? Tell me more. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the 6 of Swords, and the 7th sword again is coming out as the Page of Swords. And I'm sort of astonished because, like, your readings lately have been about you heading out on a path that's best for you, doing what's best for you. Maybe this is the thing that's best for you. But we do have the 6 of Swords and 1 is 7. It feels like with more investigation or being attuned to your intuition or your realization that came to you is, I'm lying to myself. This isn't what I want. The plan I had planned is not what I want. I feel like you were not listening to your intuition because the 6 of Swords is moving away from the High Priestess. I feel like you had already made a plan and you wanted to keep the plan. So you decided, I'm just going to do it. And I feel like your intuitive energy is, no, you're not doing it. I feel like there was some information you dug up or information that came to you that is putting a bit of a stop or an obstacle in your plans. I feel like you've been experiencing obstacles in your life as of late. A lot of obstacles are in the middle or in front of you. You're trying to get to a certain place or a certain idea or a certain space or a certain accomplishment, and all you keep getting is obstacles. And I would say if that's what it is, then you're absolutely right. You shouldn't be going that way. The universe is constantly going to be dropping obstacles in your way if it's not the way that you're supposed to go. Going to make it as difficult as possible for you to get to where you need to go. Trying to heal you. Tell me why the star is here. I feel like you're listening to your intuition now. It's what it feels like. Yep. Moment of alchemy. I feel like you've had some sort of a shift of your energy. A realization that if I go now, or if I end this chapter, that I could be giving up something that I've wanted for a long time, for my life actually. I feel like you maybe have feelings for a High Priestess, someone who's Pisces it could be. We've got Scorpio and Cancer here as well. It feels like you weren't listening to your intuition, is what it feels like. Tell me what the outcome is, please. The Temperance energy tells me that you finally came to a realization here. We've got the Emperor, that you've got to take charge of your own life, do the things that are best for you. Look, it's only about you. It's not about someone you might have feelings for. It's not about whatever you thought your path was supposed to be. It doesn't feel like, it's not about any of that. It's about you. It's about you taking charge of your life, finally, and doing the thing that is only for you, Aquarius. What's going to be best for you? It's time for you to start making decisions like the Emperor would, which is cut and dry. I need to do what's best for me, and I want to hear from you, and I want to hear from you. I need to do what's best for my empire. And so I feel like that's what's going down here. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. And we've got the Hanged Man. So I feel like, and then the Wheel of Fortune shows up. So I feel like you've been fighting destiny for a while, is what it feels like here. You've been fighting destiny. You've made a plan that I feel logically in your head seems like the right plan. But I feel like destiny has a different plan for you, because the Wheel of Fortune is here with the Death card and the Hanged Man, trying to stop you from making a decision that is not going to be best for your life, putting you in a pause, putting you in perspective. The Eight of Pentacles is about putting the hard work in on something. It feels like it's going to be a lot of hard work for you to stand up in your Emperor's shoes, get your security, your stability, make decisions for yourself, and do stuff that people around you are not going to like. But I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card, you don't have a choice. I feel like you've been trying to avoid fate, or you've been holding back from doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing for you, not for anybody else, but for you. And it's making your life uncomfortable. In fact, it might be making it a bit of a hell right now. It feels like something is trying to end. Something is trying to stop you from going on the path that you have already planned for yourself, and you keep fighting it. And there's no way you can fight the Wheel of Fortune. You just can't. It's destiny, man. It's somebody up there is trying to keep you on your path. You left them the book, you wrote the playbook, you left them the book and said, look, if I go off track in the first 5 months of 2025, get me back on track. I don't care how much it hurts. Get me back on track. Tell me what is, I know I giggled about all of that. I just think it's because, Aquarius, you always think you're the one that's in charge. And I don't mean, look, if you're having a really hard time with this and it's really hurting you and you're having a shit show of a life right now, I am not laughing at you. I just think that if Aquarius can't fight the Wheel of Fortune, look, the rest of y'all forget it. Just forget about it. If Aquarius can't fight the Wheel of Fortune, there's not a hope in hell for any of us. None of us are fighting the Wheel of Fortune. I'm telling you. Tell me what is around the corner for Aquarius, please. For the Ten of Swords, yeah, you're letting a plan go here, is what it is. You're letting a plan go. You possibly could be selling off some businesses. I feel like you're about to make a quick decision to release something, to release a plan, to release a business, possibly. And it is a quick plan here. Oh, there it is. The Seven of Pentacles showed up again. Oh, there we are. And here it is. Look. Yeah. I think it's all of that. So we have the Three of Cups, the Empress, and the King of Swords. King of Swords is Aquarius. I feel like you're realizing that if you don't stop what you're doing and turn around right now, that you could be letting the Empress go. And the Empress is the true match for the Emperor. So I feel like you understand now that there is someone who is completely on your vibration, and that you have been too stubborn to turn around. I feel like this person makes you happy. I think that's your realization with the Temperance card. And the Seven of Pentacles is here. I feel like you're going to find the brave energy you need. The brave energy you need to put as much hard work as you need to into changing your plans, is what it looks like to me. All right. Be honest with yourself, man. You know, there's going to be people who are around you who are going to be mad. They're going to be mad because you made the best decision for yourself. They're going to call you a liar. They're going to call you all sorts of things. But you just say to them, look, I'm doing what's best for me. That's what Gemini would say. Gemini would say, look, it's my life. I get to live it. I'm doing what's best for me. And this is your realization. I feel like whether they like it or not is none of your business. Let them be who they're going to be. This is your life. You got to be happy with your life here, Aquarius. You know that. You're used to living outside the box. We do have Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. We have Libra and Taurus. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sagittarius, more Aquarius energy. We have Pisces energy. We have more Pisces energy. Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got Aries, and we have more Scorpio energy. I have a feeling that this decision for you might be made around the full moon in Scorpio. We had a lot of Scorpio in this reading. So it could very well be that you're releasing your plan, or the plan that you had, around in and around the 12th. I think it's the 12th. It's the full moon in Scorpio. I could be wrong. Check in with your astrologers. All right, Pisces, I made it to the end. Barely got a voice, but that's okay. We got it done, man. Here we go. Let's talk about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus and Jupiter, my water family. Tell me about Pisces. Tell me what's going on. Sneak peek for the week. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Don't forget, private reads are still open. Look in the pinned comment. Go back to the beginning of this reel. It's time-stamped. If you need more information about how I'm now doing private readings, tell me about Pisces. What's coming up this week for Pisces? We've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse. All right. Why is the Knight of Cups in the reverse, please? You're worrying about unrequited love, friend. I feel like there's somebody here that you might have feelings for, and it feels like this person does not have feelings for you, or maybe they've already told you that. Maybe they told you they don't feel the same, and I think it keeps you up at night, friend. Yeah, somebody here made a decision after making you wait, or going back and forth. And I don't think they're going back and forth between you and someone else. I think it was a decision that they had to make. And I feel like the decision that they made is that they could not give you the kind of feeling that you were giving them. And that could mean many different things, okay? It could mean that maybe this person is someone who who can't be vulnerable. Someone who is not emotionally aware or emotionally available. I feel like this person chose fire over romance, over love, over emotion. So there could be an experience or an exciting path or a creative opportunity that this person has decided to take instead. I mean, it definitely could be. Sorry about that. Let me get some water. It definitely could be another person. That's not how I'm feeling it, though. Take it as it resonates for you, friend. Hang on a second here. All right. All right. Tell me about this Knight of Cups in the reverse, please. So it could be that they are making a choice between you and someone else, Pisces. Someone who's possibly water and someone who's possibly fire. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Three of Cups. This person wants to see you again. Oh, Pisces. Okay, one more card. Hang on before. Let's do this first. Queen of Pentacles. So, Pisces, I feel like 9 and 1 is 10. It feels like this person who you think has unrequited feelings is somebody who's releasing something. They're making a decision, and it feels like the path that they're going on is an exciting one. I feel like this person wants to see you again to talk about stable things, stability, what path is ahead, working things out. It doesn't feel like this person wants to detach from you right away. It feels like they want to keep a friendship, I'm going to say. And I mean, you can do whatever you want with that, but it does feel like this person is, with the Three Pentacles, that they are somebody who wants to continue, not a romantic connection, but wants to continue a partnership. So that could mean that this person is like, I don't know that you're the best match for me, Pisces, in terms of a emotional connection, but I really would like to keep contact with you because I feel like you give this person stability. This is someone that you've met face to face before. You may have even gone out with them and had a meal. Maybe you invited them over and cooked them a meal because the Queen of Pentacles is a good cook, always cooking something from the garden, right? I feel like this person is going to invite you out somewhere and have a talk with you, is what it feels like. They could be inviting you out or inviting you to their home, or maybe they're going to want to invite themselves to your home. This person might be wanting to talk to you about the decision that they've made. And for some of you, the decision is, look, I don't think that I am interested in a romantic connection, but please don't shut me out as your friend. And you'll make whatever decision you have to make about that, right? We do have the Empress. We have the Two of Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords. Oh boy, this is very interesting. So Pisces, it looks like this person with the 3 wands here sees you as part of their future. They see you for all that you are. If you are the Empress, if you're the Queen of Pentacles, if you're in the pre-Empress energy, or you are in the Empress energy, so having had all of your wisdoms, this person sees you as part of their future, as someone who can be an advisor or advises them, or is like the only person in their life who gives them honesty and truth. And it feels like this person, that's what they need from somebody. They need someone who cares, who's kind, who's compassionate, someone who's stable, maybe a mother or a father, someone who has stability in their own life and knows how to take action and not be stuck at the 2 of wands, not be stuck at the crossroads of life. It feels like you've said something to this person, or you gave them some sort of advice or tuned them in. Like it feels like you gave them some sort of information, like fine, if that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be. I don't think you fought them on it, honestly. The Queen of Swords knows her worth, the Empress knows her worth, and the Queen of Pentacles knows her worth. And so I think that's what you did. You're like, fine, that's fine. If we can't be lovers, that's fine. I don't mind if we're friends. It feels like this has opened a new chapter with you and somebody here. Now, understand that I don't think it was like, oh, it's fine. But I think that you went through this process of, well, if this person is telling me that they're not on my path, then I'm going to have to believe them. Because if I keep hounding them and talking them into it and keep telling them that they're on my path, it's just going to cause a crash and burn. So I feel like it's almost like the Sun and the World card and the Fool are giving me transformation. Like we've now turned our relationship into a loving friendship, if that makes sense? Question mark? That's what it feels like. We've closed one chapter, and now I see what the door is that's opening here with clarity. I see it with clarity. What is this person's decision, please, for Pisces? 4 of Wands. This person's made a decision about who they want to be with. Wait, what? The Judgment and Death. Somebody's changed their mind. What is this? Changed my mind about where I want to live. Do you know what, Pisces? I don't think this person has chosen you or the other person. I think this person has chosen themselves. I think that's kind of a cool plot twist. This person has listened to their intuition, has decided they want to live alone. They have not chosen you, but they have not chosen anyone else. They've chosen themselves. And that takes a lot of bravery. Like the Fool, right? It takes a lot of bravery to choose themselves. Somebody here has decided that wherever they're living, they don't want to live there anymore. Whatever plan they had to live somewhere, they're not living there anymore. It feels like with the Death card here, something has changed. What's changed is probably their mind. And I think that this is coming up soon, because the full moon is coming up soon. I think it's, I don't know, the 8th or the 12th or something. We're heading into that full moon energy. What does this person see? What is this realization here? Yeah, they're staying single. They've decided it's too much pressure to have to make a decision between you and someone else. They decided they're not choosing anybody. They're just going to go with their wish fulfillment. Their wish fulfillment is to begin some sort of a new path here. Tell me what the outcome is, please, for Pisces. Ooh, Tower. King of Wands. Huh. Pisces, if you're a person who they've known for a little bit of time, or they feel like a soulmate to you, I feel like this person has decided to tell you that they're not choosing you and they're not choosing the other person. But I feel like this person's having some sort of a realization about where their Ten of Cups is. And I feel like secretly they're going to work on this with you. They want to build a friendship. They want to build something that's solid and sturdy and long lasting. It feels like they know that you're stable. It feels like what they tell you and what they're actually doing are two different things. I feel like it's come from a revelation that they're having. Because look at all these big cards, right? There's a realization or a revelation coming here that I'm very attracted to Pisces. And so I feel that this person is going after their dreams of happiness first, and then they want to work on something here. Tell me what's around the corner. I think they want to work on something with you. Yeah, King of Pentacles. When they become financially stable, when they've made the money that they want to make, that's when they give you the call. Eight of Cups, because they're not settling for nothing. They're just going to be brave, is what it is. They're going to be brave right now. They are fighting demons, is what they're doing. They are bravely fighting demons. This person, I feel, is somebody who's used to making decisions in their life about who they're going to pick romantically based on pressure, based on somebody who keeps badgering them and wanting them. Like, this feels like someone who really needs to be needed. And I feel like you've told them, I don't need you because you're the Empress. And this person's like, wait, what? What do you mean you don't need me? That leaves them with the other person. And so I feel like they really didn't want the other person. They wanted you to choose them because you needed them. And you're like, look, I don't need you. So I feel like instead of settling, they decided in a turn of events here that they are changing their plans and that they want to stay and be your friend. They want to stay and build something with you that builds a legacy. So I don't know if that means in business or friendship or whatever it is. I feel like they see you as a stable advisor, somebody who gives them the truth only, and they've never met anyone like that before, who just gives them the truth and detaches from it. Because she's the queen of detachment and just says, you know what? I'm here unconditionally. You want my advice? I'll give you my advice. You want my friendship? I'll give you my friendship. I'm not playing this game. I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing anybody. I think that this person wanted you to say, don't go to that other person. And you didn't. You're like, no, I'm here for me. And so it has inspired this person to go on their own exciting path for themselves. I feel like this thing probably works into a friendship that works into something more, but we can't see that far into the future. We'll see what the weeklies bring. You could be dealing with Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Aries, possibly, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Look, we've got the king and the queen of money here. You two are going to be either in business or building some sort of an empire with the Ten of Pentacles between you. It feels like this is going to end up being a long-term thing. But look, maybe it's not for 3 years, 4 years, right? Maybe it's not for years. So, I mean, you got a decision to make. Do you stay friends with this person? What do you do, right? Scorpio is here. Pisces is here. All right. I'm just going to leave that there for you. Thank you so much, Pisces, for being here. Phew, I made it. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back during the week, you guys, because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.